Да, всем привет. Раз, как игру слышно. Все слышно вроде нормально. Так. Сейчас последние настройки поведу. Так. Ну, как-то вот так, допустим. Да, всем привет. С вами Ginko сенсей. И сегодня мы посмотрим The Console. Вот. Я подумал, что между шутером от первого лица и кинцом, где можно говорить и как-то влиять на сюжет, возможно. Я мало что знаю про эту игру. Я знаю, что очень много, где говорить, я не знаю, есть ли там головоломки или еще что-то такого подобное. Но посмотрим. Вот. Поэтому... Сейчас кое-что. Как-то... Вот. Серьезные игры после Death Stranding когда-нибудь. Где есть геймплей, поиграем когда-нибудь чуть попозже. Сегодня кинцо, мне надо вернуться, так сказать. Мне надо отдохнуть от сурового мира Кодзимы со смертью. И побывать в культе немного. Люблю культ. Интересный культ всегда интересно. Как бы это тут не звучало. Интересно, будем вызывать Ктулх? Я как бы фанат. Погнали. Первое сохранение. Почему она идет влево? Новая игра. Да. Франц. Я не помню, настроил ли я игру, но должен был. 10 декабря 1792 года. Почему-то нас избивают.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you.
Некрономика местного пошла.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours.
Интересно, я могу что-то сделать? Я не могу против камеры. Это пока кинцо идет.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take
Могу я прямой?
Von Burchard! Von Burchard! Listen! Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero? Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do
Al-Azif.
this. Trust me.
Давайте доверимся матушке. Мы какую-нибудь херню соврем.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
О, у нее пистолет есть. Я доверчив.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No. Even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to von Borchard.
Читайте письма гостей, чтобы узнать что-то там об их. Спустя месяц, 20 января 1793 года. Остров Лорда Мортимера, недалеко от берегов Англии. Focus Home Interactive и Цианид представляют. Цианид что-то сделала целых 2 игры пока в этом году. Или, да, 2 игры. Gridfall оказался непроходимым говном. Игру от Big Bad Wolf. Видимо, Цианид они тоже продюсировали, они давали деньги и немного подсказывали. Big Bad Wolf делали эту игру. Ну посмотрим, какое кинцо это было. Отлично.
You just had to pick up Von Burchard's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
Собрание. Эпизод 1. Один безумец.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is...
Есть артефакт, ядрить его в корень.
It was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Разговор с лордом Мортимером, личные обстоятельства. А вы, милейший, что таком? Интересно, я могу подождать?
Lord Mortimer asked me to join him. We have some business to take care of.
Oh, how mysterious. You adapt quickly, my son. You get along here like a fish in water. Would you believe that we are all here hoping to solve our personal issues? You'll see.
Right. I doubt that you came here to look for your mother, Your Eminence.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island. and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Но пока мне идти даже не надо. А у меня голова начала открыться. Что, флешбеки пошли? Воу. Мне кажется, это рак мозга. Может, и я безумец?
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah. No one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah, don't! No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah.
Это типа мы флэш-форварды видим, типа будущее. Нам надо вменить это, то, что мать без руки убивает ее.
Louis, are you alright? What's going on? Here, take this.
Платочек.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry.
Я пророк.
It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Че, мне серьезно дадут ходить? Я думал, это киносок, где не надо ходить. Я не хочу ходить. Пусть игра сама ходит. Блин, не, все-таки я немножко люблю. Люблю игры не Кейджа, но я люблю игры... Это как его? Massive Games. Которые Until Dawn и... Как его? Man of Medan. The Dark Anthology. Жду с нетерпением, чтобы... Я могу сканить. Поднимитесь в особняк. Я сразу нашел, как бегать. Самое главное. О, добежал до кассы.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Кем решил стать? Дипломат. Дипломат в душе любой компании. Он очень красноречив, тактичен, убедителен в разговорах с собеседником. Отлично разбирается в политике. Оккультист, мастер обмана. Он посвятил свою жизнь науке и искусству. Готов идти по головам, но испытывает угрызение совести. Детектив. Детектив, эксперт в расследованиях, он замечает мельчайшие детали в окружающей обстановке и поведении собеседников. На пути к цели действует решительно и прямолинейно. Класс персонажа дает доступ к определенным навыкам. Вы можете открывать и другие навыки, но их развитие обойдется дороже. Кем я хочу быть? Оккультистом, детективом или дипломатом? Вообще, я на самом деле хочу быть и дипломатом, и детективом, но не оккультистом. Детектив это выгодно, потому что ты, типа, у тебя есть дедукция, психология, ловкость, логика. Допрос, бдительность. Можешь допрашивать людей. А политика, этикет, языкознание, убеждение, уклонение. Можно уклоняться, может как Трамп быть. Очень сложно между двумя выбрать. Давайте детективом буду. У меня уже в детективе есть. Подожди. Они вот так. Третий канал. Стив дает доступ к следующим навыкам. Ага. Дипломат. Навык не получит. 4 очка. Давай, убеждение. Нахер геополитическая ситуация. Уверенность. Тему разговора менять. Не, я все-таки детективу пойду. Замечает важные детали, подозрительно расположенные предметы. Мозг. Читать своих собеседников как открытую книгу. Открывать вариант ответов и действия. Открывать варианты ответов и действия. Прибегать к логическому мышлению. Красноречие. Красноречие люблю. Еще один, да, навык остался. Вариант ответов и действия. Выполнять действия, требующие физической подготовки. Ну, типа так, да.
Well, over the last few years, I've solved a number of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Orgère, for example. Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
And I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of 2 people. But please call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Ну, у меня обмана нету, так что мы честно скажем, что нет.
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
Ну, сорян.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say, you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
No. Sorry, I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Возможности. Применять навыки, чтобы обнаружить скрытые детали. Выбирайте наиболее подходящие к ситуации элементы окружения. Использование возможностей не требует очков действия. Для применения необходимого навыка достаточно, чтобы он был получен. Окей. Шкала времени. Если вы не дадите ответ за отведенное время он будет выбран автоматически. Шкала времени написано внизу экрана.
I'm heading off. Don't get left behind.
I'm coming.
Блин, я возможность упустил.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one
Я
way
видел
or
только
another.
две, но у меня
And if
как...
I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Звание. При выполнении определенных действий будет получать новые звания. Узнать, как разблокировать звания, какие преимущества они дают, можно на соответствующей вкладке. Слишком сложно. Слишком непонятно. Горшочек меда. Мед восстанавливает 2 очка действия. Можно хранить не более 5 горшочков. Ну, нормуль.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moraz de Richer.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Что вам известно?
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her
Но
location.
зачем ей это
But no
делать?
one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
Вот.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers
Остатки
of
еды,
food, a few of her
личные вещи,
things,
ваши
or
материи,
even
даже
traces of
настоящие.
campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Навыки позволяют давать особые ответы и совершать разные поступки. Чтобы применить навык, необходимы очки действия. Чем выше уровень вашего навыка, тем ниже стоимость его применения. Чтобы ознакомиться с доступными навыками, будет меня следующая вкладка. Окей. Допрос уровень 1.
And did you find anything then?
We discovered a certain amount of damage, sir,
Пользуясь
on the
слабостью
wooden
слога
part of the
допрос.
wharf.
What type of damage?
Broken barrels, mainly. We'll do whatever is necessary to have them rapidly repaired. But quite frankly, I can't imagine what Sir's mother would have been doing with them.
What could Mother have been doing with barrels?
Nevertheless, our
Пойду
search
бочку
of the
посмотрю.
wharf hasn't been entirely unsuccessful, though.
Так.
What do you mean?
We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Вот за эти платок не разберусь. Логика уровня.
Give me the handkerchief. I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
Yes, but...
Invited by your master.
No, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
And having only just arrived, you refused to give me her personal belongings?
Вот именно,
Of
оно
course not,
верни.
sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir.
Вот,
Here you
все,
are.
все отлично.
I must return now. There is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
У меня что-то появилось. Ну, отлично. Отжали платок.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother.
Так.
You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Открыть новый персонаж слуга. Воу. Хиллроуз. Именно. Английский приближен к королеве Англии. Мало что известно. Сколько? Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, 10, 11, 12. Логика и допрос. Предмет. Здесь платок мажь, который мне передал слуга. Печаль на нем, так. Микро на нем целый эхо. Месье де Реше. Пишу вам, дам сообщение про простой ситуации, в которой я оказался, полагаю, в курсе. Надо тебе пригласить ваш мессар де Реше. Окей. Но я все равно осмотрю приз.
Locked. I'll never get it open barehanded.
Три сложность замков. Можно было в замке, но я не знал, что здесь замки. Я что-то даже не обратил внимания. У кого интересно замки? Так, чуть-чуть наши отошли. Вы получили предмет мед. Еще медца. Навыки. Оккультизм. Красть предметы: наука, эрудиция, оккультизм, манипулирование, бдительность, допрос, этикет, убеждение. Ебать. Черты. Харизматичный, доверчивый. Я всегда притягивали к себе внимание. Вы стали детективом. Детектив. Где бочки, которые мать ломала? А это бочка.
It's like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
Уже довольно давно разбили бочку.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Ну, увидите, хрен с ним. Что за палка? Пруд, металлический пруд.
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean.
Вот, пошли замок
And the tip
сломаем.
is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Взять пруд.
This might just come in handy.
Все пригодится. Что у нас еще тут есть?
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Веревка. Не тоже медец.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
О, письма.
Let's see what's hidden inside.
Найти зацепку.
Ah, one of the letters is stamped with the seal of the order. And I recognize your handwriting anywhere, Mother.
But who is this Samuel Ritter Dauchois?
Remy
Who are you writing to?
I don't recognize the name. Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion.
Подарок был.
Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richer.
what is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You never talked to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here.
Что странно творится.
Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does that name sound so familiar?
У меня нет политики, я не могу спрашивать.
I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
Мяса съели. Ну и вроде все. Погнали в дом. Все ссылки нашли вроде, но не вспомнили человека, бывает. Так, еще что-то.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Нельзя его скрыть? Интересно, а палка все-таки подойдет к решетке? Наверное, нет. Что-то горит. О, что-то есть.
A wooden floorboard.
Деревянная доска сломанная. Бдительность, уровень 1. Посмотри.
Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed.
Подумать, куда.
Judging by the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up. Yet it was in decent condition. I wonder why someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this? Judging by the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up. Yet it was in decent condition. I wonder why someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this?
А в чем смысл?
A wooden floorboard. Judging by the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up.
Вот печально, то, что диалоги нельзя
Condition.
пропустить. Может только...
I wonder why someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this?
А в чем смысл? Неизвестно. Все. У меня нет смысла. У меня есть пруд. Используешь железный пруд.
Clearly, I'm not much for manual labor. Let's see if I can get it open another way.
Нужен ключ. Интересно, у меня есть ловкость? Я же могу посмотреть. Ловкость, возможно, здесь хитрость, наука, оккультизм. Не, у меня есть один ловкости. Уровень 1. Сложный 2. Но я один потрачу, да, 2 потрачу.
Here we are.
Значит, это никак не повлияет.
Honey, the remedy of the gods. Looks like a pistol case,
Ага.
but it's
Кейс для
empty.
пистолета. Ну, пустой.
I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
Бочек.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels.
Осмотреть, разведать.
Huh. What have we here?
Порох?
It's cannon powder.
Ну, почти порох.
It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear mother, and quickly too.
Осколка янтаря. Вы нашли осколки янтаря. За каждые 4 осколка вы будете получать одну дополнительную очко действия. Чтобы проверить, сколько осколков вы собрали, откройте меню вкладку предмет. Окей.
Amber.
Ну и все вроде, да? Интересно, опыт получили за взлом? Нет. Только в печи, кажется, мы качаемся. Ну ладно. Интересно, а мы потратили лом? Нет. И он нам еще пригодится.
Latin inscription. Annesis.
Ну, я не знаю языки.
Quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
Оккультизм нужен. Или... Не знаю, что это значит. Ей! Мы пришли в особняк. Это не было так сложно, как казалось.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Ну а чё нет? Отличный вид. Музыка хорошая. Прям. Читайте письмо, если что. Зевс. Зевс эпичный. Это же Зевс.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
Передайте его мне.
Only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can
Начало
always give it to me.
противостояния. Противостояние. В ходе разговора вам необходимо преодолеть несколько этапов и завоевать доверие собеседника. Исход противостояния оказывает непосредственное влияние на развитие сюжета, поэтому не забывайте пользоваться навыками. Время противостояния на экране будут отображаться символы, которые подскажут, насколько вы были убедительны. Okay.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Музыка такая. Вы не знаете, ваша мать уже тут? Наверное, да.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son. You will understand that it does not encourage me to put my trust in you.
Shit! All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Я доверяю мне письмо. Зависит от содержимого допрос.
Only you know that, Your Eminence.
Вы решаете. Личность. Каждый человек, с которым вы знакомитесь на острове, обладает своим характером, как одним навыком. Он может проявлять устойчивость к другим слабость. Пользуйтесь его сильными и слабыми сторонами, столкнувшись с устойчивостью, вы потерпите неудачу, почувствуете измождение, а воспользовавшись слабостью, вернете одно потраченное очко действия, чтобы узнать почему. Это устойчивость или слабость, откройте у меня вкладку журнала.
If you're asking me if you can trust me, or if I can keep a secret, I would answer yes. Absolutely.
I understand.
In truth,
Ну,
it
отлично.
all depends on the nature of the
Я
contents
победил.
of your letter.
It is a list of names.
This list must be of extreme importance.
If only you knew. It's a list of people that your mother must help. Listen to me, child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Последний этап противостояния. На последнем этапе вы должны убедить своего собеседника, выбрав нужную реплику. Если вы дадите неправильный ответ, этап будет повторяться до тех пор, пока вы не сделаете верный выбор. Или не совершите максимально допустимое количество ошибок. Если противостояние окажется неудачным, последний этап повторится. Послушайте, дитя мое, если я дам вам письмо, что его прочтет никто, кроме вашего... Да, конечно.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Ricci. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Скрытый элемент. Многие улики и предметы в игре спрятаны. Они могут повлиять на развитие сюжета, поэтому внимательно осматривайтесь по сторонам. Это я умею. Я буду пытаться, так сказать, в каждый угол заглядывать. Сейчас, секунду, вернусь. Окей. Главное, чтобы они подсвечивались.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms. Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Банка якорцев. Настойка якорцев повышает эмпатию. Некоторое время будете видеть, почему ваш собеседник испытывает устойчивость и слабость. Можно хранить не более 5 банок.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits. Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Зачем взять книгу? Манускрипт. По мере прохождения вы будете черпать знания из литературных трудов. Перед началом каждого задания вы сможете выбрать манускрипт и получить очки для навыков. Чтобы ознакомиться с доступными манускриптами, открыть меню. Ага. Солидный. Манипулирование плюс 1. Получить письмо Джон Педж. Я немножко пройдусь. Если мне можно наверх, то и...
Maybe I should introduce myself to the other guests first.
Мне не дают пройти дальше.
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this. Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall.
Ладно, пойдем представимся.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simple.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends,
Я не думал, что я
any
сегодня
of you
буду...
know the
что мы
reason why
будем
we're
с
here this
Франклином играть.
time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Придумать еще.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Я ничего не буду рассказывать о себе.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Конечно, господин президент, у меня всегда есть минутка на то, чтобы поговорить. Да ладно, я...
Good evening, my friends.
Я нажал.
Shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apology.
Я не понимаю,
He's
как это
asked me
работает.
here and he hasn't even turned up.
Здесь написано управление. Так, чувствительность камеры.
Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
У нас уже
We
5.
shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Бля. С Вашингтоном... я бы мог и с Вашингтоном поговорить, и с Холмом. Но из-за того, что я проебал возможность, я могу или остаться с Вашингтоном и поговорить о матушке. Блин, господин президент, Холм... Ну, Холм был в моем видении. Вашингтон будет затирать про какие-нибудь унылые темы. Я, конечно, понимаю все про господина президента, но в прошлой игре, которую я проходил под названием Death Stranding, господин президенту нельзя было это говорить. Ну, доверять, точнее, говорить. Так что мы поговорим с Холмом.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home. I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear.
Но Том,
He
он
apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale. Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you.
Что вам известно об этой истории?
Would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer.
А где он?
Then, one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Home. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met? Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. What with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother. I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Кто может стать злобным, моя мать?
Could my mother have had a problem with someone during her stay here?
No, not at all. Your mother has always been charming company, and everyone got on very well with her.
Not even a servant?
Certainly not.
Everyone gets on well with the famous Sara de Ricci, by the way.
No!
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Dichet.
Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Her breathing is becoming stable and... her heart rate too. Pale complexion, thin, broken nails, an enormous scar on her temple, tattoos on her hands. I don't know what happened to you, Missy, but it looks like you've been through hell. Can you tell me something about her? Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. The seer can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Какие глаза? Очень странный лифт порой.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Я нажимаю А.
I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead.
You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
Одурманиваю. Вы приняли 400 вещества во время наполнения или отравились. Шкала времени больше не отображается со временем разговоров. Oops.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
А, я только могу, если у меня
it's
есть
naughty to tell lies.
воспользоваться
Bet my life
возможностью,
that
если
you
у
were
меня...
talking about something totally different from the decoration of the manor.
Понятно.
But to find out what,
При всех
I
остальных
should
я
have stayed with them.
проебал.
Too bad.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal.
Прекрасно.
But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Даже посмотрим.
Sir Olm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She
Зовут
would have
такое
liked to
лицо.
have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude.
Это да.
Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Holmes doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Может, там у меня будет зелье, чтобы... Там у меня должны быть саплай все-таки в моей комнате. Я верю в это. Хотя мы с Вашингтоном перед тем, как пойти в свою комнату, говорим, если будет такая возможность.
Gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the
Справа
end
по
of the
коридору,
corridor.
понял.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room? Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Я могу? Нет, я не могу ворваться. Я бы ушел за ней. Воу, вот это коридорище. И с другой стороны такой же? Есть что-нибудь интересное здесь где-нибудь полутать? Лут.
A drachma.
Это же, блин, коллекционные монеты. Коллекционные монеты меня не интересуют, мне нужно зелье. Это ваза. Такая шкатулка. Шкатулку нельзя открыть.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Че, серьезно, Наполеон будет в этой игре, лол? А?
Monsieur Jacques Perreux.
Тут такой тоже известный. Флакон золотого эликсира. Золотой эликсир снимает все действия, отрицательные эффекты. Можно хранить не более 5 флаконов. Понял. Как раз мне
Golden
это...
elixir. Consume without excess.
Бам, все. Убран негативный эффект. Это книжка.
Decorum guide.
Правила хорошего тона. Да, и здесь тоже такой же коридор. Охренеть. А там... Туда тоже нельзя. Ладно. Ну мы не будем бежать в свою комнату, потому что надо осмотреться. Чтобы быть в курсе. Это, наверное, скорее всего, наша комната, да? Не, тоже заперт.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Чашечка, не? ящик тоже нельзя рыть. А что наши монет? Блин, на самом деле отправляться в свою комнату это легко сказано. Кажется, коридор бесконечный.
President George Washington.
Мы уже до Вашингтона добрались. Мне кажется, этот коридор бесконечный. А?
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Мед пригодится. Может, это? Нет. Моя дверь. Ничего здесь нет больше. Давайте выясним, насколько далеко она от лестницы.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Все, мы сделали круг. Ни хера себе круг. Вот это домишка. Здесь в бесконечных комнатах можно запутаться. Так. Вот это вроде наш. Хе! Подъехали.
Right.
Так, письмо.
So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Biaggi's trust. What should I do?
Блин. А может он соврал нам? Я как бы верю Пьяджи, но как бы... А вдруг там какой-то секрет будет? Может информация, может мы против него начнем копать, и может он во всем виноват. Он спровоцирует нашу мать. Я распечатал письмо.
Let's see what it contains. Too bad for Biaggi.
Я соврал, я намеренно соврал.
It really is a list of French countrymen.
Мне нужно было
Biaggi
письмо.
wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon. Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Надеюсь, меня не будут обыскивать. Чтобы не найти письмо Пиаджи, не вскрывать его. Книжки. Как вид? Где? Маленький островок. Ага, можно на балконах встречаться с людьми. Это наш. Склянка кармелитской воды. Кармелитская вода позволяет сосредоточиться и не расходовать очки действия на применение следующего навыка. Можно хранить не более 5 склянок. Но это когда будет на всю хпшечку. Яблоко? У меня мед. Лутецкий нормуль. Еще одна дверь. А чё, это все наши двери? Все? Неплохая у нас комната. Так, еще что-то нравится. Коллекционные монеты. Мне нужны коллекционные монеты. Упс. А, это сразу постель. Я не хотел спать. Хотел еще походить. Ну, теперь мы знаем, что последняя дверь это спальня. Успех, я вошел в особняк и смог найти на причале все зацепки, оставленные матушкой. Я говорил Пиаже передать мне письмо, я познакомился с мистером Вашингтоном, я пришел за сэром Грегори в малую гостиную. Она взяла за сэром Грегори. Разве вилки я мог остаться в вестибюле, чтобы побеседовать с мистером Вашингтоном? Я решил не брать книгу, найденную на причале. А, я не знал, что там есть книга. Окей. Взяли второй уровень. Второй уровень дал нам 4 навыка. Мы в хорошее убеждение, этикет. Мы, наверное, возьмем этикет. Для есть и прибегать к завуалированным оскорблениям. Завуалированное оскорбление звучит хорошо. Я думаю, что я один в этикет кину, один в науку, чтобы потом узнать, что такое пользоваться своими познаниями в области искусства, географии, истории. Оккультизм в задницу. Очень важные детали подозрительного положения предмета. Один сюда. И психология. Может, один во взлом. Хотя я смогу, наверное. Уклонение. А где воровство у меня? Оккультизм. Хитрость. Крадить предметы, взламывать замки и распознавать подделки. Один в хитрость кинем. Не знаю. Пока пусть будет так. Выбор манускрипта. Сейчас вы можете выбрать, какой манускрипт будет читать ваш персонаж. После выполнения задания прочтенный манускрипт принесет вам дополнительные очки навыков. Правила цивилизованного поведения. Плутарх. Так. Трактаты хороших манер предназначены для Иезуитского колледжа в Ла Флэш. Этикет +1. Плутарх, 10-11 век, сборник биографий выдающихся мужей, где подробно рассказано об их жизни и великих деяниях. Убеждения, установить характер людей по их физиогномике. Метод анализа характера человека на основе его внешности, в особенности черт лиц. Не знаю, что взять. Психологию или Не, надо убеждать. Хотя у меня, я вкинул в этикет. У меня вроде, я не знаю, сколько у меня навыков в убеждении. Логика, ловкость, допрос. А почему у меня... у меня допроса нет, что ли? Оккультизм. У меня нет убеждения. Но мы можем лестью подкупать. Что еще там? Убеждение, психология у нас уже есть один, да? Не, у нас уже есть. Читать как открытую книгу, открытый вариант ответов и действия. Может, возьмем третью психологию, типа. Да, я думаю, что мы возьмем третью психологию. Так, тут неизвестный. Второй человек неизвестен.
Your turn?
А я слуга, типа.
The servants are not very efficient.
Durishay can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Durishay's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there, Perhaps he'll find something.
Я что найду, я обязательно поищу.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Мортимер что-то знает. Он что-то пока не кажется хорошим
To lose a
человеком.
knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Наполеона,
Don't worry,
что ли?
Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah,
Да,
good
Наполеон.
evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this? Come, take a seat, my friend.
Ну хорошо ведь будущее. Мы сможем его попытаться... Мы можем его попытаться изменить, по крайней мере. Так, президент Франклин. Что ты нам скажешь?
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Липовый цвет и корень.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Ага, и он нас разбудил. Я заставлю президента ждать. Да сейчас!
I'm coming.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to
Секунду, я ключ
retrieve the
беру.
personal effects your mother
Я
left
читаю
behind.
письмо.
Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer. Dear Monsieur de Richet,
Да я пытаюсь. Нет. Возьми ключ. Ключ. Найс, ключ.
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices.
Получили предмет мед.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
Блин, последний суд клевая карта.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Сколько картин. Есть что-то полезное. Может еще еще Мецаня. Все, он перестал встречать. Он сказал, нет, не перестал.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Я могу взять Данте?
Inferno by Dante.
Нет, Данте не могу.
Abandon
Данте
hope,
не могу
all ye
читать.
who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his
Жалко.
guests. Very jolly.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Нет.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Да?
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams.
John Adams.
But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so.
Как скажете,
Elizabeth
господин
is in the
президент.
small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true,
Помочь Вашингтону.
there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Копать под Вашингтона, помочь Вашингтону. Копать под Вашингтона. Не, ну, видение важнее помочь господину президенту. Выяснить, что он что-то знает про мою мать. Или позволить старому деду обыскать комнату нездоровой девушки, которую он думал, что она мертва. Стать пророком. Или подумать, что Вашингтон лжет, чтобы подкинуть туда улики. Какие-нибудь, не знаю. Или спереть трусики. Давайте проверим свое видео.
Sir, I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be needing my help.
Я помогу Вашингтону. Но как мы проверим свое видение? О чем он? Мы поможем Вашингтону. Сейчас, секунду.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Лучший предмет коллекционной монеты. Мля. Ключ. Иду. Еще что-то лежит. Еще монета. Да ёптать. Ладно.
Excuse me, am I bothering you?
Нет.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Yeah.
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least, I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Блин, я сейчас обратно прочитал то, что он предлагает, и я обратно не хочу помогать Вашингтону. Давайте запалим двух мужиков, короче.
Sir, I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be needing my help one day.
I must act swiftly. I'll search my room later. You're straying from your objective.
А какая мой объектив?
I recognize this part of the corridor. I'm close.
Различные цели разных способов. Тщательно обдумайте свое решение перед тем, как делать его.
Locked.
Подумать, как слуги убирают.
Servants change the beds every day. There must be a service key somewhere.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, but an important meeting is underway. My instructions are to let no one pass.
Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Whose room is this?
A guest.
Apparently a French soldier. All right.
Perhaps I should change my approach.
Listen, I'm an insomniac, and Sir Holm told me that you could go to the kitchen and make me a cup of herbal tea.
And what is in this herbal tea, sir?
Holm gave Washington a recipe for a sleeping drought. What was it again?
Бдительность. Мята, липовый цвет и корень мята, клевер. И придется сельдерей. Цвет корень валериана. Без сельдерея, вроде валериана была.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian.
Yes, it's herbal tea. I'll go and make it for you at once.
Не будем тратить.
I'll wait for you in my room.
I need to find a place to watch undisturbed. The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Наполеон Бонапарт на устойчивость Макиавелли. Устойчивость политика. Но я не умею в политику.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. It's a beautiful weapon.
Look, my dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon.
Okay.
I can't hear anything here.
Я
Gotta
знаю,
find another spot.
Я знаю где. Выйти на балкон.
This window opens onto the balcony. Okay, so that means the other room must be on my right.
Новая черта хитрый.
Sir, I understand your eagerness, but the pressure on my family complicates the task.
Relax, my friend. Your relatives will soon be safe.
So what I saw in my vision really did happen. Well, I hope I haven't missed anything important.
I thank you so much.
Don't mention it. Now that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely. I have concluded an agreement with their leader, Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case that Mother didn't tell me about.
The funds from the order will finance the building of a foundry in Tuscany. You will soon be able to count on 100 or more cannons for your future campaigns.
I was not expecting so much help from you. When can I meet this de Richet?
Well, unfortunately, something has cropped up. De Richet has disappeared.
Disappeared? What, here?
Yes, but the staff are redoubling efforts to find her, I assure you.
So the agreement, is it on or off?
It is on. Her right-hand man has just arrived here to help us find her. And it is none other than her son, Louis Maurice de Richet. I wager he will ensure his mother's commitments are met.
Louis. Not an easy name to live with in these times.
Of course. But from now on, you will deal with him.
This man, it can only be Mortimer.
Very well. I will seek him out.
Ma'am. Well, I better get away from here.
Stealth.
Louis?
Emily? I can explain.
Perhaps, but remains...
Растерянный собеседник привел вас в смятение. Применение навыка стоит дороже. Флакон золотого эликсира, чтобы прийти в себя.
Still.
But first, you could perhaps remove the blade from my throat?
You have 10 seconds to explain your presence here.
Заверь своей невиновности.
I'm not here for you.
What are you doing in my room?
Собрать, успокоить.
First of all, let's keep calm. My being here is just a coincidence. Anyway, I seriously doubt what I'm doing in your room is really the question that interests you. Now, is it?
Clever boy. So answer the question that does interest me. What were you really doing on the balcony?
Намного старее из видения.
A young soldier arrived this evening. Someone was waiting for him in his room. I wanted to find out more, and what I heard was worth the risk.
All right, go on. Has this anything to do with the Order? Oh, yes. Washington informed me you were part of the Order.
You too? You're part of this too?
Yes. Now answer.
Если ты стоишь в
If these
ордене, то...
events concern me, do they involve the Golden Order?
I overheard a conversation between a French soldier and some other individual.
And what were they talking about?
It seems Mother is involved, something about a military campaign. Apparently my mother validated an order of cannons to help this man.
Really? Since when does the Order finance wars?
As far as I know, since never.
Did they give any details, a date, what they were for?
Nothing at all. Did you know anything about this?
No, but I won't forget. Thank you. All right, Louis, I might have overreacted a bit. Please do excuse me, but next time, please try knocking on my door. I'd be delighted to open it for you.
Oh, well, I'll remember in that case. Good night, Emily.
А? Как Эмили симпатию
Good
проявили.
night, Louis.
Уф, какой она одежда. Уф. Обязательно наведусь еще раз. Надеюсь, она будет в более открытом варианте. Вернись в постель.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Но я не могу, у меня нет выбора.
You opened it.
Don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
You gave me your word before God.
I can assure you that my mother and I share everything.
That's enough. Your word is worthless. I give your mother this letter myself.
Бля, ну сорян, бра. Я не мог удержаться. Ну ёпт, не обижайтесь. Мы, кажется, проебываем все. Ну ладно.
I'm exhausted.
Нет.
Better go to bed.
Да не хочу я спать,
I'll
блядь.
search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Ленивая жопа. Я отвлек внимание слуги, чтобы пройти через комнату. Наполеона я последил за людьми своего видения. Я убил леди Хиллброу в состоянии нос, неудачно я же узнал, что я открыл его конверт. Я мог помочь мистеру Вашингтону с его затеей. Я мог предотвратить жестокое избиение. Я мог узнать больше о прошлом матушки. Черты, открыть черты персонажа, основном персонажа, например. Это что такое? Этикет еще один. Манипулирование. Наверное, мы в убеждение пойдем. Сначала распределим очки. Убеждение. 1, 2, 3. Куда последнее вкинуть? А, расход на 3 очка 10. Ага, 3-го уровня. 9 очков до уровня 3. Ну, блин, ну ладно. Левелап требует больше гораздо. Я думаю, что на 3-м уровне, надеюсь, там не надо будет 12 вкидывать или 24 очка. Я не уверен, что я столько наберу за всю игру. Хотя здесь 5 эпизодов. Игра идет 12-16 часов, так что неизвестно.
Alright. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Думаю, сегодня мы 2 эпизода, 2 или 3 пройдем. Завтра добьем. Второй уровень убеждений перейдем.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases. Nothing.
Может, подсудным днем?
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
Вот что здесь
Writing
есть.
material.
Письменная принадлежность. Изучить.
From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like lemon. That's odd.
Невидимые чернила.
Writing material.
Я тоже лимоном писал. Писать лимоном клево. Лимонным соком. Самый изи способ. Шкатулонька.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Мед и янтарь? Что это? Какой-то желтый кристалл.
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it. All right. I've retrieved everything. Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though. Look. Markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
Оп.
A Voyage Around the World. The travelogue of the explorer, Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence.
Какое совпадение. У
And
нас
I
есть
don't
огонь?
believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room. The paper's rougher around the writing. The paper's moist here. Very light stain, barely visible. And the smell reminds me of something. Come on, Louis, think. Think. Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She applied a liquid to the book. She must have used the writing materials. The quill has been used, but not with regular ink. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now,
Вот
how
это
do I reveal the
дедукция.
message?
У нас есть камин. У нас есть камин. Угольком.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Damn, I'm making a serious mess here.
Oops.
It's no good. Might have worked if the writing had left marks on the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Часть послания. Часть послания надо Хельна.
Nothing here.
I wouldn't mind
Да
a
хрен его
nice
знает,
strong
какая
coffee,
логика. Я б на огне, как бы, взять пепел и...
though. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit.
Мы не часть послания, а все послание. Я хочу прочитать все послание.
Look, markings on the floor.
Или нет, или я все-таки загадил
Just a
книгу.
bit worn out.
Бля, она сохранилась,
I
кажется.
was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Да, черт, я в говне. Я не знаю. Проявить послание. Чем? Чем? Что это такое? Можно взломать шкатулку. Лампами? Вообще, лимонный сок проявляют свечками. Вот, свеча. У нас одна горящая свеча. Гениально. Взять свечу. Наконец-то. Да, и, конечно, мы горящую свечу положили прямо себе в карман. Ага.
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me.
Huh?
Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Медуза Гаргон. Ну, наверное, где-то около гречески.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
А может быть, это не
I'm
выведет.
just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Нет, открыта новая черта, посвященная. Идите в красную гостиную на первом этаже. Что это здесь за книга? Получили предмет кремлистая вода. Ну это хорошо. Картина. Гаргона. Интересно, а есть ли она в нашей комнате? Очень много картин, я не уверен. Да вроде нет. Даже бы, если бы я знал автора, я бы все равно как бы, первый раз не нашел. Ну, то есть она же не посвящена.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Других гостей можно заглянуть. Мы к Вашингтону заглянем. Где Вашингтон находится? И... Дерише. Бонапарт. Ну, Бонапарт нам... Хиллсброу. У меня, наверное, какие-то ништяки, но я хочу господин президент выглянуть.
President George Washington.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
Ну, окей. Нам сказали зайти в какую-то комнату, мы зайдем в какую-то комнату.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room. For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Воу. Воу! Мадам оказалась еще той станисткой. Еще одна шкатулка, сундук.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Полукругом. Поищем ключик. Если сможем найти, то найдем. Что это такое?
Looks like I found a box containing some
Белыми
kind of white
кристаллами.
crystals.
Попробуй кристалл,
Well,
лол.
see what it tastes like. Ugh. I really need to stop tasting everything I find now.
Измождение. Высоко и с устойчивостью. Одно очко действия заблокировано. Выпить флакон золотого эликсира, чтобы прийти в себя. Мой негативный эффект, когда это... Так, я хотел мед взять, спасибо. Ключ. Письма. Получили предмет ключ с 5 кольцами.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you. But they still remain unanswered. I often think about you and pray every day to be able to hold you tight. We have so much time to make up. I beg you, answer me, please. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. That horrible woman came again yesterday. She spent a long time speaking with Father. I didn't understand everything because they spoke in French, but I'm sure they were talking about you. June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again, at long last. Right soon. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. Don't forget to tell me what present you want.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
30 November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a stab to the heart. Father told me it was for your well-being, but I can't help but blame him. He claims that your condition has worsened and that it could be dangerous for both of us if we met. If only I knew where you were, believe me, I'd be at your side. I haven't received any news from you in a long time. Please write. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. I hope you like the enclosed talisman.
Обнаружили устойчивость Элизабет Адамс. Каменистая вода. Коллекционная монета. Давайте скроем сундучок.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Подожди, я ключ нашел. От чего ключ нашел? Пятью кольцами. Это полу, да?
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you will be able to put all of this behind you one day.
Да вроде все осмотрели. 3 письма, выйти нельзя. Черные таблетки больше не жрем. нельзя больше дойти. Спускаемся на первый этаж, видимо.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Я смогу его убедить, чтобы он перестал...
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Другую лестницу надо спускаться обязательно.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ладно, спустимся по этой лестнице, чего нет.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Hello. You're Elizabeth Adams, aren't you?
Yes. I regret that we haven't been properly introduced.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to your eye?
I had a bad fall.
Looks more like a punch to me.
My eye's nothing. Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you?
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No, I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated. And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Сестру вроде, да? У нее сестра была. От биполярного расстройства страдала, приступ паники, ей приходилось храниться только страшно тайна, что это классная ярость. Конечно, Жанна дом обратился к своим друзьям старых Грегори. Тебе помочь, что ты пожелался мне сравнить недавно. А где книги, которые мы читали, точнее?
haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
Вот.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her.
Отлично, успех. Хорошо,
Since you
я до сих пор
insist,
к ней зашел и
I'll tell you
почитал.
how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the
И она,
rest of my
короче,
family.
это как
That's how I was
инквизитор себя
declared
вела.
stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's coming for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Давайте доебемся до слуг.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
У меня есть пару вопросов в особняке, что находится на 3-м этаже, на 1-м этаже, что находится на 2-м. Где можно гулять?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If Sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Ключ. Мне казалось,
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Эрудиция недоступна. Мне кажется, эмоции.
I still haven't quite recovered after that boat crossing. Would you happen to have any devil's thorn by any chance?
I am sorry, sir, but the devil's thorn may be just a plant, but it is also a powerful psychotropic drug that causes undesirable diuretic effects. I would advise against, sir, taking any.
Блин.
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
You wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would you?
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders not to give any of that medicine to any of
Ну
Lord
что-то должно
Mortimer's
же у
guests.
нас...
Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be dangerous for sir.
Он не нужен не для лечения.
That's fine. I have no intention of swallowing this remedy. You see, I generally use it to put the shine back on my shoes. But maybe you'd rather I ask permission from Lord Mortimer. Where is he? I'd like to tell him about my shoe problem.
Sir need do nothing of the sort. There is no reason to disturb Lord Mortimer with this small matter.
As you wish.
Here you are, sir. I hope sir will have enough with one bottle, as I haven't any more.
Oh, I'll make do. It's good of you to get this much.
May I do anything else for sir?
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir.
Да, дай мне
I
книгу.
took it to restore.
Блин, не можем. Ладно, все хорошо.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say
Да он
nothing
неправильно
about
говорит
Lord
ни о
Mortimer's
чем.
guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
До свидания. Монетка. Блин, золотой эликсир. Нахрен было выпрашивать у него. Ну ладно. Пригодится на будущее. Я уверен, что пытаюсь травануть.
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this.
Медуз. Нету медузы здесь. Ладно, идем туда. Куда все ушли. В красную комнату, в красную гостиную.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Oh, dear.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Нет.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Видимо, она оттуда.
Is everything okay?
Психология неизвестна.
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Oh?
What do you think of Volner?
The Prussian king is his puppet.
I find it hard to believe the king of Prussia is so weak.
Be careful. Volner is as influential as he is dangerous.
You seem to know each other well.
We used to work together.
I see.
Please feel at home.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
What do you want to know?
Oh, dear.
Certainly not.
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Наполеон Бонапарт устойчивость. Убеждение, политика. Ну, в политику я умею, а вот убеждение и в убеждение не
Monsieur de Richet? It would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Whoa.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently.
Никаких
if I
пушек
want
ты
to
не
be able to
получишь,
organize
Наполеон.
things properly.
Не нападешь на Россию.
I haven't
На
seen Lord
измене
Mortimer
будешь.
yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still,
This is a bit hasty, but please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Absolutely. 50,000 louis d'or in hard cash.
The offer I'm talking about was for only 20,000 louis d'or, Monsieur de Richet. The truth is, you really have no idea about our agreement. So, you're wasting my time. I need to work with people I can have confidence in, sir.
The exact numbers may have escaped me. I suggest you wait for my mother's return in order to manage such details.
I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Let the people make their own choices.
You are joking, I hope. The people are simply not capable of taking charge, don't you see? They are an uneducated mob who react on the spur of the moment.
Попробуем. Или попробуем откатить. Я не знаю. Ну, он же революционер, разве нет? Пушки, типа, воевать, все дела. Я хрен его знаю. Грёбаный Бонапарт.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please? Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis.
I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Surely such an amount will buy twice as many cannons. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. We're both young, but we are not naive.
Please don't be offended. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were talking about. And I am reassured. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Мировую войну устроить необходимо. Контрреволюцию. Мы должны вернуть монархию. Ну, понятно. Мне непонятно. Необходимо контрреволюция.
The revolution was a good thing, but it gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France. Monsieur Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I too...
Блин, как у меня книг.
am delighted to have met you.
Так, а с Бонапартом разобрались.
I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Я заказал, например, что оставить заменить патушку, обыскал комнату Элизабета Адамс. Я мог обыскать комнату Наполеона. Ей, 5 уровень. Сразу 2 уровня взяли. 8 очков навыка. Здесь нужно 9. Давайте, наверное, 3 в политику вбрось. Первая политику, у нас хотя бы что-то будет куда-то. Второй логики возьмем. Останется еще 2. Пока книги не будем в языки вкладываться. Вот так. Я думаю, что мы так хотя бы откроем какую-то часть. Получишь новое очко знаток. Новая черта знаток. Ну отлично. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place
Меня
where
установили
all eyes
все,
touch
кроме
her.
одного. Так, что у нас? Убеждение, политика. Нам требуется 5 убеждения. Допрос. Манипулирование, политика. Этикет. И... убеждение. Найти место, которое описала мать.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
To tell you the truth, not really.
You are right. Be positive. Perhaps Sarah is in the company of Lord Mortimer, and they will both turn up shortly.
Я тоже в это верю.
While I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
As I haven't visited all the manor yet, I wondered if you hadn't seen a Medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, La Gorgogne, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one? In any shape or form?
Not at all, my son. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any more of your time. On that last word, then I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Сколько бабочек.
A swine in a salon. That's an odd choice of decor. Romney painted Lady Hamilton as Circe. Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world. The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Сколько меца.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Amber crystals.
Ей. Воу.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it. A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Ой, еще медведь. Один схаваем.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Может быть здесь, кстати, блин, здесь картина с Иисусом. Тайная вечеря. Скорее всего, оригинал.
Where all eyes size you up.
Так.
Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of.
And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Напряженная музыка.
Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Так, греческие.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
О, медуз. Как удачно подошел.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand. This hero is the only one holding a weapon. It seems obvious that he's the one whose job is to cut off her head. So, sword toward the Medusa. If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else. Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can the shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Герой с мечом. Все? Идеально. Какой-то секретный механизм открыли, пацаны. О, под камином. Воу. Наверное, я зря медец применил. Мне бы дали очков навыков на Юве.
Rah!
Воу!
For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Все время!
Keep your nose out of my business then.
Что ты
I don't know
делаешь?
what you're talking about.
First my room, now here. Stop following me, you're becoming a nuisance.
Wait a minute. You're not implying that I'm here to court you, are you?
Oh, Louis, I'm just stating the obvious. You wouldn't be the first, rest assured.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. The worst thing is that it seems to be working.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Вопрос на вопрос.
Oh yeah? So tell me what you're doing here.
Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
Шутить.
I admit everything, madam. You win. I've been bitten by the same bug as you.
I beg your pardon?
We can't resist being where we shouldn't, seeking out our host's little secrets. So, we have that in common, right?
I really thought you were going to answer me this time. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Cold? You want a rug? It'll warm you up.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that horrible thing.
That's a pity. The gold color brings out your eyes.
And your flattery brings out your boorishness.
Да ладно. Чё тебе в комплиментах не нравится от женщин? Все же нормально было.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
I bet you've read them cover to cover.
Naturally.
Really? I'm curious. Tell me, what part stood out the most to you?
The passage where Mary says to Joseph, "Hey, you, shut up."
In other words, you haven't even opened one.
Только умеешь что вертеться.
Hey, Mortimer's the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art.
А монетка. Мозг все-таки такая она. Ага. Золотое.
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. The workmanship on this crown is amazing. The finesse of the gold laurel leaves is beautiful. A crown worthy of an emperor. I'd stake my life that it's the genuine article.
Примерить венок. Ок.
Stop! Don't put your grubby fat fingers on it.
You find my fingers fat?
At least put on some gloves.
Please note, my fingers are slim.
You were going to leave marks. My God, what an amateur.
Many a harpsichord players would love to have sexy fingers like mine.
Tell me where you took your infiltration classes so I can have your tutor executed.
Let's compare hands then. We'll soon see whose fingers are fattest.
No, I'm not going to compare hands with you. Let's just keep going.
Bad loser.
Что хочу, то и делаю. Что хочу, то и трогаю.
Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
Excalibur?
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
This weapon is typically French, quite old, undoubtedly goes back to the Crusades. If it is a true damask sword, it's worth more than a kingdom.
Дамаск, Жанна д'Арк. Я не помню, кто Артур, крестовый поход Артур.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet, you're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Amber crystals.
А? Новый чик.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Он украл бумаги. Вытащить документ.
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job. These documents must be fakes. No man can own that many original works, no matter how rich he is.
Be careful. The Order has tried many times to estimate his personal wealth without ever succeeding.
And look here. Castles in Scotland, vineyards in Italy, districts in Venice. He's richer than some European countries.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take?
Как вам коллекция, почему он прячет здесь, как ему удалось все это получить?
Why keep such a collection hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Да найду я что-нибудь. Секунду. От митца у меня... Это как его? Постэффект. Шкатулонька. Ща и шкатулонки ломану. Там тоже медец есть, наверное.
I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it. Emily, when I see that ring, I can no longer hold back my feelings for you.
Oh, stop it. You're being ridiculous.
What do you mean? I was just about to get down on one knee.
Сохранилось что-то. Что это за статуя? Похоже на монстров из Death Stranding.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. I can't trust a man who sneaks into my room in the middle of the night.
Are you really? Use that against me every time we meet?
It's difficult to pretend nothing happened. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little. If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Pragmatic, intelligent, sure of herself. Her only weak spot is her difficulty talking about herself. I don't know much about your past, but I'm guessing you had to get by on your own for much of your life. It might have closed you off, and that can be a disadvantage. It might be time for you to open up and risk a little trust. Not every man you meet wants to hurt you.
Yes, you may be right. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
I don't see us as partners for life. You won't owe me anything, you know. It doesn't commit you to anything after all.
All right, you've gone to a lot of trouble. You deserve an answer. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
Вашингтон?
No, I've already said too much.
Тем более вот то, что он
Consider
сказал
yourself
мне
lucky I've
про
even
проект.
given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
Мужчина это. Кто-то из Ордена. Кто-то из Ордена.
Chances are, you're working with a member of the Order.
The only members of the Order other than ourselves are your mother and Mr. Washington. The former has sadly gone missing. As for the latter, I knew nothing of his arrival. Incidentally, you must have noticed how inefficiently our Order communicates internationally.
Ага, женщина это ваша сестра, моя мать, ваша мать, моя мать, моя мать.
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well, a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis, your mother is not my partner.
Ну и последний. Женщина это. Ваша сестра. У нее есть сестра? Я не знаю. Обладательница похожих камин. Значит, это женщина, и это ваша сестра.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows.
Ginko.
When it comes to getting results, you are very good, I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes, You can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world.
Ну, короче,
We
как
share
в
everything.
Престиж.
First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart.
Может, они
That's
пропали
strange.
вместе?
Maybe their
Может, их
disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth.
Жестко у нее
this is not a
по
good time.
I'm
татухам.
begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Я не знаю, Элизабет, она выглядит как подозрительной. Я не умею в оккультизм. Столько, блин, ну про мать его. А Эмили, она как бы... Я не уверен. Я буду тусить с Эмили. Эмили, тем более у нее сестра-близняшка есть. Мы можем затусить вдвоем. Так что
Excuse me, Elizabeth, but some very urgent business has cropped up. We can speak tomorrow.
No, Louis, don't leave me alone. They've come back.
Good night, madam.
Кто они вернулись? Ну она поехавшая. Не хочу с ней говорить.
Well, well, Louis, you took your sweet time. What did our poor Elizabeth want?
Надо поговорить о моей матери. Что вы здесь делаете?
The real question would be this. What exactly are you doing, Emily, in my room?
I've enjoyed our discussions very much, and I had hoped that we could continue.
Давайте продолжать
Emily,
этот разговор.
have I misunderstood something here? What are you doing in my room?
And for a while now, the question has been nagging at me.
And that explains why I now find you here, in my bed. Go ahead.
Отличное
Ask me
продолжение.
the question that's been burning at your lips.
I know your mother was here to
Отлично.
meet someone, but I can't figure out who.
Oh, so that's what's been hiding behind all this.
We are both members of the Order, Louis. Let's try to be honest with each other. I have followed with great interest your affair in Paris, in connection with Mr. von Borchardt. You managed to steal something from him, if I'm not mistaken.
Допрос. К чему все это?
Emily, you suddenly seem to be very interested in my private affairs. You aren't pumping me for information, are you?
Not in the least, Louis. I'm deep.
Устойчивость, допрос. Нельзя допрашивать ее.
But you'd even think such a thing of me.
I'm sorry. I just thought that...
Well, you thought wrong. I was interested in you, that's all.
Ладно, мы будем говорить только
Seems to
правду.
be beyond you.
Don't take it like that. My mother and I recovered an old occult book that Von Burchert was planning to resell on the black market. There. Now you know it all.
Все, мы ответили.
This is quite fascinating. But just what did Sarah expect to accomplish here?
Дайте меня разговорить. Кто знает?
If only I knew myself. My mother always takes a sly pleasure in telling me as little as possible.
Oh, poor little Louis. Your mother hides things from you. That's not very nice.
No, it's not nice at all. And you? What were you supposed to do once the book was found?
Give it to our sponsor, of course. Sir Gregory has more than one card up his sleeve.
So you mean Home is playing both sides?
Right. Enough chatting. Come and join me instead.
Составить компанию, конечно. Так. Замечательно. Ну, отличное окончание первого эпизода. Тем более, если она будет предателем, будет...
I have to go, Louis. I don't want anyone finding me here in the morning.
You're right. Well, have a good night.
Good night. See you tomorrow, rested and ready.
Sure thing.
Распущенный. Уклонение плюс 1 очко при ночь Сэмюэля Филдброу. Уклонение повышенный навык. Ага, уклонение 1. А вы можете теперь уходить от ответа, наконец-то. Отлично. Эх, слуга пришел. Да что тебе надо? У меня был хороший вечер. Я так и пойду? А.
Lord Mortimer? Monsieur de Richet.
Mortimer.
Last we meet.
Наконец-то. Я разгадал загадку Медузы, я нашел комнату, где лорд Мортимер прячется от все знал. Эмили что скрывает, я увидел Эмили раскрыть секреты, предпочел пойти за Эмили, а привел ночь с Эмили. Больше вопросов не выйдет, ты моей матери. Бам, 6 уровень. Так. Еще я хотел 4 что-то вкачать. Наверное, в убеждение вкинуть 4. Вот, может, взяли 2-й уровень убеждения. Отлично. Теперь у нас есть 2-й уровень логики, психологии, допроса и убеждения. И 1-й уровень скрыть. И я, в принципе, да. Согласен. Так, ну это конец первого эпизода. Ну, первый эпизод мне показался интересным. Я готов посмотреть еще один эпизод кинца. Ну, наверное, после перерыва. Вот где-нибудь часов в 10 вернусь. Я думаю, что я пропущу, я еще не раз увижу. Здесь 3 главы, а здесь не написано сколько. А, и можно, ага, здесь по главам, собственно, проходить. Понял. Ну, а матушки мы узнаем в 4-м эпизоде. В 3-й прям будет... Прям только один эпизод. 8, 9, 10... 9-10 будет. Окей. Вот, я думаю, что пока что все. Вот, я отойду на какое-то время, но я обязательно вернусь. Обязательно мы досмотрим кинцо, будем, так сказать, с Лизбет еще потусим. Мне понравился первый эпизод. Вот. Узнаем, что с нашей матерью не так, что она творила и что вообще происходит. Что за общество такое. Гребаного Бонапарта мы пошлем нахер. Я попытаюсь всеми возможными способами. Вот, и пытаемся присоединиться к Вашингтону. Или лучше к прусскому королю. Не знаю, верю Пруссии. Наверное. Не уверен. Вот.